Well, Micky Butler, good to grab 2 minutes of your time, because I know you're up and down the grid like a rabbit, or what is it, a greyhound after a rabbit or something. Yeah. Second half of the season underway in Croft. It's dry at the moment. We may have rain tomorrow, but I just want to talk about tyres, obviously, which is your area of expertise. This season, everybody has talked about tyres, tyre choices, tyre wear, strategic use of tyres for positioning both in FP1 and then in qualifying. What's your take on it?
Well, if everybody's talking about tyres, I'm doing a good job, then I. The allocation of what we set out this year was to challenge the teams and drivers. We've done extreme, different delta between compound, soft against hard, where we've seen over a second lap difference. But the carryovers play a big part, what you run into the next event. And what we're seeing here now is what people have got left available from all the first half of the season, what they can test on, saving tyres. It's really, people now have really got to think about how they use their tyres and what mileage to do, because you don't want to be setting the car up on the wrong tyre. So it's everybody's talking about mileage, what they can do, what they can do. You have Chris there as the flat spot set of tyres, comes out of his allocation, and your allocation is all very, very tight anyway. So the teams have really got to think about it, and I love challenging engineers and drivers. It's great.
That cheeky smile on your face says it all. In that session this morning, a majority of the drivers, in fact all apart from one, tried combinations of soft and hard tyres. I think Jake Hill was the only one to go out on the mediums.
Yeah, I mean, because again, he's tight on his allocation, so they've just used a set of mediums that are available just to go and do baseline on something. But you can't do setup work on a medium because you're not going to race on it, so you can never see why everybody else is going on soft and hard. Them are the options for this weekend. People are trying to understand the hard tyre around it, trying to understand the delta between the soft and hard. It's quite a complicated thing nowadays.
We're stood here now, I'm beginning to sweat a little bit. It's getting quite warm, isn't it? But the weather forecast suggests we might see some rain tomorrow. Will we see wets coming out, do you think?
Yeah, race one.
Race one, that's your prediction.
Race one, sprinkling race two, and deluge and race three. Yeah, at some point we'll get a bit of rain. How it affects the race, and I don't know. But you go through today, the track's very green. We're rubbering it up. Yeah. What you don't want is a big downpour and wash the track again, and then all of a sudden the track comes very aggressive again. It's the nature with Croft, but it's the same for everybody in it. They're all on the same tyres.
Just finally, throughout the first half of the season, in fact every season, you're always in deep conversation with some of the teams. Some of those are furrowed-browed moments, aren't they? What sort of conversations do the teams have with you about the tyres?
They're all looking for that little extra, aren't they? They're all looking for that 10. You know what these championships are like? 1-2 10s is like 5-6 places on the group. So, I'm looking at what the wear, at the safety part of it, and they're not pushing the boundaries. Yeah. Teams want to push the boundaries. I want to keep within the boundaries. So it's that trade-off, where we've got to get our points right and get it across safely. But they're always looking for that little bit edge, and I'm always looking for feedback, negative, positive feedback. How we can improve going forward. Yeah. So we've got a great working relationship with all the teams, really have, and there's some real top drivers in there that I value their input. And a lot of drivers on here have helped develop these tyres.
Really good to get that insight. Cheers, Mick.
Yeah, no problem at all.